Always knock on the hood before getting in your car, because this small gesture could save your life. When George first arrived in South Korea, he taught Ivy to knock on the hood before getting in, because some animals hide under the engine to stay warm. Ivy didn't believe it at first. Then a little cat actually jumped out from under the car. This day Ivy came alone to the underground parking garage. Just as she was about to get in, she suddenly remembered George's words, so she knocked on the hood, and it was this action that let her see through the window the man in black in the back seat. Ivy didn't panic. Instead, she pretended to stay calm and walked away. Once she was out of gun range, she started running for her life. The man in the car realized something was wrong. He immediately rushed out, chasing her frantically. Ivy was running so fast, her phone fell out of her pocket, but she had no time to pick it up. She could only keep running. Meanwhile, George was also being surrounded by a group of men. Fortunately, he came from a military background. He quickly dealt with these thugs. Feeling uneasy, George immediately called Ivy, but on the other end was his archenemy William's voice. He told George, if he didn't get to the parking garage in 2 minutes, he'd kill Ivy. George ran desperately the whole way, finally reaching the parking garage within the deadline. But what he didn't know was, William was in the shadows aiming a gun at him. He made George keep walking forward. Just as he was about to shoot, all the lights suddenly went out. It turned out Ivy had discovered his plan. Suddenly a hand covered Ivy's mouth. Luckily it was George who'd found Ivy first. The two locked eyes, both feeling somewhat relieved. The next day Ivy brought 2 of her men, curiously arriving at the gang headquarters that had attacked George last night. The gang members saw there were only 3 of them, and spoke very arrogantly. Ivy pulled out the property deed for this building she'd just purchased, asking who sent them last night. They had a terrible attitude, completely uncooperative. Ivy had her men distribute photos of William, and said that anyone who could catch this person, in addition to having all their rent waived, would get a reward of 100 million. The faster they delivered, the more they'd be paid. Money really can make people do anything. Hearing such a high reward, the gang bosses all contacted their subordinates, telling them to hurry up and catch